Hey, everybody. If you hear any screaming in the background, it's my son. He's on Twitch streaming. He has a gaming channel. So welcome to Saturday night Hoggy Talk live stream, the free agent. Hang on, I'll get it. Free agent frenzy live stream. Not much of a free agent frenzy here in Montreal, but there was a lot of movement in the league. So we can talk about anything you want. Hey, NHL, how's it going? Shamir, how's it going? So we can talk about anything you guys want. And, I'll answer as best I can. And, I don't know what else to go over. If you guys want to check out our podcast, I'll put the link in the description. It's not in there right now because I put this up before we did that last podcast. So we did another one last night. There's a new podcast out. So, Shamir, I know you listen. So there's a new one out. Came out today. We talked about the Anderson signing, and we talked about the nothing that really went on yesterday for Montreal. And again today, nothing happened for Montreal. So let's see. Owen, Jack. Who have we signed? Nobody today. No, there's no Habs signing today. There's still, I think Hoffman is still out there. So NHL, you're asking, should the Habs go out for Hoffman at the right price? I'm not sure he's the best fit, but I mean, it depends. I guess that could be what they do. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Taylor Hall's still out there. It's starting to look like Colorado probably can't sign him now. So Jeff was telling me that Boston and Toronto are still in the running. I don't see how Toronto can still be in the running for Taylor Hall. They can't. They don't. They're already over the cap. They can only go a certain amount. I don't think they have the money to do that right now. So there's that. Awesome, Shamir, thanks. So we shouldn't have a problem, by the way, with the live stream because I'm on my laptop, plugged in. Shouldn't be a problem. If it is, it's a camera problem. But I tend to think the last two live streams, the camera just died on me for some unknown reason. And I tend to think it's something to do with video card in my other computer. Anyway, my laptop's back for live streaming, so we're good. Hey, he'll have enough money there, George. Welcome in, George. Roger LaCourse. Rob DiDario. Thank you, Rob. You did become a new member. I saw that. I pinned the comment. Thank you so much. Rob became a member. Anybody else wants to do that? There is a join button. I don't think it's on the live stream, though. It might be. It doesn't show it here for me, but I'm not in. I don't have the same screen you guys do. And you can take a membership. They start at $1.99, and you get all kinds of stuff. Just hit the join button, and it tells you what to do and everything. Hang on. So are we going to get Taylor Hall tomorrow? I mean, they say that. Well, hey, Eli, by the way, welcome in. Apparently, and Scotty and Jeff's in now. Apparently, he's going to take till at the earliest sometime tomorrow to decide, maybe as late as Monday, to decide. He's got a lot of offers, and apparently that's it. So I wouldn't really expect to hear anything until sometime tomorrow, but we'll see. Apparently they're still in the running. I don't know. I don't know that they have the money, but they can go over the cap by 10% until the start of the next season. So they can go over the cap and sign people and then work it out over the off season. I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but they can do that. Hall is a beast. I don't know that he's a beast, but I got to tell you, he's definitely a great hockey player. And at this point, considering everything that Montreal's done, Hall could be that piece that's missing. Even though I know I have said I don't really want to see Hall come in, but it changes, especially if they can get him on a very short-term contract. Like I would 2-3 years. If they can get him at 2-3 years, you might have to go to the 7-8 million, but it might be worth it then. But I don't like the long-term deal with him. Hoffman will fix our power play after getting a power forward in Anderson. Yeah, it could be. I mean, having Josh Anderson kind of makes a big difference in maybe who you get. Like if you didn't have Anderson, you go out and get Hoffman, he might not be as effective. But with Anderson there, it's going to change a lot of things. As long as he is who, if he performs the way they're saying that he can, Anderson can really change up the whole look of the team, how the team plays, how teams play against us. And, the bigger defense and all that, we've got a much better team. But, yeah, so getting a guy like Hoffman could be a little more effective now. I see I got 30 people in the room. If you're in the room and you're having a good time, hopefully you are, give a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Let's see if we can get those thumbs up as high as we can get them. If you're new to the channel or have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here talking Habs, and you get notified for all my videos and live streams. Okay, I scrolled. That's why it's not moving. Let me just go to Toffoli. Toffoli's still out there, I guess. Yeah, Toffoli's another option. Scotty, Columbus No, I think Columbus is out. Columbus signed somebody. I don't know if they're still in the running. I think that might have changed today with Columbus, Scotty. But I'm not 100. I've been out all day. Well, all day. I've been out for most of the afternoon, all of the afternoon. So that's what I saw. They signed somebody. So I don't know if it changes anything. I should remind you, I might. There's a lot of people in the room. It might scroll fast. So retype in your question or whatever you wanted to say, and I'll see it on the rebound or the second time around. Or you can take a super chat. That'll show me. Supports the channel and all that good stuff. You get entered in the skates contest. You can win a pair of skates and all that stuff. Okay. Let me see now. Something I want. Winnipeg, Edmonton, Leafs, Calgary, Habs, Ottawa. That's the Canadian team rankings. Habs can be as high as third and as low as fifth. We need to get better. Well, we still do. I think they've gotten better, but I don't think we're out of the woods yet of fighting for a playoff spot. Kind of agree. Because teams are running out of cap. So hopefully Hoffman for 5.3. That's the thing, 5.3 for Hoffman. I don't know. It's a lot of money. I don't know if they've got that for a guy like that. We'll see. Evening, Chris. How's it going, buddy? I'm your fifth. Wait. As low as fifth. I don't know. What do you mean by that? I'm your fifth. I'm missing it. Sorry. Liam Giltz. How's it going, buddy? Thoughts on Anderson contract? I'll tell you now, but you can also listen in our podcast we did last night. It's out today. Link will be in the description after this live stream. We talk about that, me and Jeff. I think it's a risky contract that can be a home run if he doesn't get injured and he can produce some points. A thing to this contract that I think a lot of people aren't realizing about Anderson is he's a really big, power forward. He hits. He plays rough. He's gritty. He goes all that good stuff. The words are going, but if he plays like that on the second line, he opens up a lot of time and space for Suzuki and Drouin or whoever his line mates are. And if that helps to increase Suzuki's output, Drouin's output, and other people's output, then he's doing a hell of a lot more than just providing points. So I think that's where that 7 years and the reason that they gave the third-round draft pick as well in the deal to get him, I mean, that's where that comes from. If this guy is as touted, he really makes a big difference to the offense. So, yeah, you know what? I my video I said I don't really like it offhand, but I'm going to give it a chance and blah blah blah. And thinking it out and talking with Jeff and I talked about it a lot, and I think this is not a bad move as long as he stays healthy. It could be a bust, but I don't think it will. And yeah, Gary Roberts is working with Gary Roberts. Gary Roberts is a fitness freak kind of thing. He's in great shape. He was one of those guys always in great shape, a really good hockey player, a guy you have to like, even if he's not on a team you really like. You like Gary Roberts. And he's been working out with him, training, and Roberts is raving about his conditioning and his his desire, he says, to improve, to get better. I don't know. Those are good, what's the word I'm looking for? That's just great to hear, from a guy like Gary Roberts. So I'm enthused. I think it's going to be good. We haven't had a big beast like that on the wing in the top six in a long time. And if he's supposed to have skill, can skate, and all that good stuff. And if he has that, then that's a home run. And that contract within 2 to 3 years is going to be look like a bargain, I think. How much did Domi sign for? As Chris is saying, it was actually 2 times 5.3 was the AAV. So I think he's getting 4.8 and then 6.1. I mean, something like that. He's getting 4, and then he's bigger on the second year. Might even be 6.5 on the second year. He's getting a good raise for the second year, but averages out to 5.3. So it's 10.6. It might be 5.2, so it's 10.4. I think it's 10.4 over 2 years. Hey, Wolf Beans, how's it going? Massimo. Am I happy with the free agency of the Habs so far? I am. Well, you said free agency, actually. No, I'm disappointed in that. I thought they could have signed somebody. If they can't get Hall, there was guys there to sign. There's still guys. So I'm hoping they're going to get somebody to really make this Anderson signing. You want to really make that pay off. We got to get some goal scoring on the left side. Bring in somebody. If they do that, I'm going to be really happy. So it's not over by any means, the free agency. So I'm not fully disappointed yet, but I was hoping for somebody yesterday. Wheeler can play center, so I wouldn't really compare Anderson to him. I wasn't, so somebody else was. Anderson is Rene Bourque. No, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I really don't believe that. So, yeah, I don't think he's Rene Bourque at all. I know that's what Jeff is afraid of. That's the risk, right? So if it's a bust, that is what we get. I think a little bit better than that, but that is basically what we get. But if it's not a bust, it's going to be so much better than that. Anderson is 26 right now. He will be 33 at the end of the contract. NHL says, I'm glad we got Tuck and Mishak in second round. I think they did, the first 3 picks were really good picks. So I'm happy with the draft. And I think they got a sleeper pick in that kid, Sean Farrell. Yeah, he's a small guy, but he's a Cole Caulfield type in that he's a sniper. He's a pure sniper, but he plays better defense already than Caulfield. He's got a more all-around game than Caulfield, but he's so reminiscent of everything that I read about him once we got him that I think they got 4 that I can say off the bat I really like. And the other 4, I don't know. I don't know enough about. I didn't research them, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I like the draft. Okay, like I said, it's scrolling pretty fast there. So if I miss something, just please retype it or take a super chat and I'll see it. Canucks D needs help now. Ben is on second pair. Hope they add somebody. Yeah, listen, Ben, he should be like the 6th defenseman. So they need to find somebody. They lost out on Tyson Barrie. I know they were hoping to get. And he turned down an extra $1 million from Vancouver to stay in with the Oilers. And I was watching the Hockey Guy just before, and he made a lot of sense with what he said. Barrie is probably counting on some Oilers power play time. Playing on the Oilers power play can pad his minutes, and he can make up for that lost $1 million for 1 year from Vancouver in a contract when his stats come back. He gets his numbers dipped in Toronto. Let's see. Massimo says, LOL. I don't know if this is going to take long, but can you grade each of the Habs draft picks? Example, A, B. Oh. Oh God, each of them I don't know because I don't know anything of the other four. I really don't know much about the other four, but I would grade them as. I think Caden Gooley, as far as a pick is concerned, I'm not saying he's going to get it. I'm giving him this grade based on what he'll do in the NHL. But as far as a pick is concerned, I give him an A for picking. I think Gooley is an A. I think Tuck is probably a B. And Mishak could be a sleeper. Got a lot of skill. He's a little bit on the small side, but could be a big sleeper. And then Farrell could be a real big sleeper. I'm going to go B's the rest of the way for those four, with Gooley getting the A. The other guys, like I said, unless I know more about them, can't give them a grade. But I think they did pretty good with just those four guys. Chris was saying, I mean, Bork for size. Oh, I'm going to get rid of this pinned thing now. Sorry, Rob. I got to take it out of there so that I can get more. I don't know why it's not going away. I thought I'd get more real estate there. He's going to be better than Bork for size. I think he's bigger, and definitely as a player, I think he's better. Kulak does have 77. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I doubt he goes back to 17, or maybe he'll go back to 17 and give 77 to Anderson. Kulak will change again. He did it for Koivu. Another rollie for another Rolex for him. Trade Tatar for Gaudreau. If we can't get Hall, Toffoli, or Hoffman. But I don't think you get Gaudreau with just Tatar. You got to give more than that. You got to give. Come on, Jeff. You got to give more than. You don't think more than Tatar for Gaudreau? I just saw who gave me the quote is Jeff. Jeff, serious? Anyway, I don't know. I don't think you get Gaudreau with Tatar. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. Chris, Gooley is going to be a great addition with Romanov. Unreal. Excited for that future top D pair. You know, it's funny. I was talking the other day with Patty Mac about this. And he's going to, like I'm saying, Gooley, they say, has a chance to be here, not next season, but the season after. He could graduate and be playing here that quickly, they think, if he progresses in the way he has been. And Pat was telling me, no, 2 years at least. But, you know, he could be here that quickly. And, yeah, really good pick, I think. I didn't know much about him before they picked him. Honestly, I didn't. And I think it's a really, really good pick in the long run. If you're not going to pick an offensive player, they got the consensus third best defenseman in this draft. So I think that's saying a lot. And they said he's like not that far behind Sanderson in most people's people's evaluation. I guess it's what the word I'm looking for. That he's really right up next to Sanderson. So that's really good. I wanted Sanderson big time. I guess I should. I scrolled up for a sec. I'm scrolling back down. I really think Anderson is a breakout and get 60 to 70 points with playmakers like Suzuki and Drouin and getting power play time. This is another good point. You know, when he got his 27 and 20 for 47 points, no power play time, playing on the second line. So it could have a lot to do with his stats. You know, I think he's gonna do a lot better than most people think. Montreal has to get a sniper somehow. Hoffman, Hall, or Dadonov have to get one of these three guys. We need goals. Yeah, listen, it's not over. So they're still out there, and I think teams are running out of money too. Money's not easy to be found right now. So I guess they might be waiting for Hall to say no, and then they grab up one of the other guys. Paniotis Giannopoulos. Did I say that right? Paniotis? Do you think we're getting Hall? I think we're still in the running. That's the closest I can tell you. I don't think anyone's going to know until they announce that they got Hall. But I think from what I can tell, they're still in the running. Does it mean anything? You know, I think if you look at how many, like going into this free agent period, you know, the stuff we figure might happen, and you look at what actually happened, and, you know, things can change so fast. maybe we do get him. But I don't think we find out till tomorrow evening. I really don't. He said he's going to wait till tomorrow or Monday to decide. He's got a whole bunch of offers to go through, and he's going to make a short list and then decide from there, apparently. That's what I can tell from what I've read so far. I think they should sign Toffoli. Jeff's going to like that comment. I was in the middle of it. I got to scroll back. And then trade Byron for cap space. We won't really need him anymore, in my opinion. Well, that's probably what would happen, right? If they sign somebody else, you got to look and say Byron's probably going to get moved because of his $3.4 million contract. And yeah. Hey, Morgan. I see Morgan in there. Hey, Morgan. Habs offered more dollars for Simons, but he went to his hometown instead. Dodged a bullet there. I agree with you on that. I didn't really want Simons here, so I kind of agree with you that we may have dodged a bullet on that one. So apparently he didn't. He almost dissed Montreal, actually. So I don't know. I'm glad he didn't come here. I think if Kovalchuk actually tries, he can hit 30 goals again. I think you might be dreaming there. Personally, I don't think so. I'm glad they shored up the right side, and I doubt they bring Kovalchuk in now. So I don't think it would have worked. No. Okay, Glenn, I must have missed your first part of that. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I can't find it. So you wrote, or at the least 50 points, and I might have lost. So sorry. I guess maybe if it's Kovalchuk getting 50 points, I don't know. I still don't see that either. I think they should. Wait. I think they should. Nobody had saved money. Oh, you think they should get nobody? Well, it might be. Listen, they did quite a bit. They did quite a bit this offseason. It's very reasonable to think that they may stop right here. But it's also just as reasonable to think that they may sign somebody still. If not Hall, there's still other guys out there. So it depends. Are they going for it this season coming? Or do they still think they need another season until they get there? Kind of look at it like that. If they think they're going for it this season, then they got to sign somebody else on the left side to balance out the roster. 3 good balanced lines. I think, it's a point Jeff makes about something Anderson does bring. He brings balance to the top 2 lines, like with his size, with his skill level, all that, and the way he uses his body. He brings balance there because he opens up the ice for Suzuki and Drouin, if that's who he plays with, who I think that is who he'll play with. So, yeah. Let's see. Habs offered Simons more, but we got to that. I'm going to scroll. I scrolled back down. Sorry, guys. If I missed anything, please just retype it. Gaudreau was worn out, has worn out his welcome in Calgary. Tatar's more of what Calgary needs. Throw in a pick if we have to. Gaudreau scores in the playoffs. Oh, listen, I can see that. Yeah, I'm just saying Tatar for Gaudreau, not straight up. But yeah, Montreal would have to throw something else into there. But yeah, and roughly same size players, so you're not giving up size there really. I don't know how big Tatar is, but I know he's not big. Like Gaudreau's like right around there. So yeah. Koivu already signed with CBJ today. Yes, they got Mikko Koivu, who I thought would be a really good signing here as a 4th liner. And, Uncle Nate. Uncle Nate went to Winnipeg Jets as well. So no Nate Thompson coming in. Mikko signed for 1 year, $1.5 million. That's right, with the Jackets. Hey, Zachary, how's it going? We don't want Koivu washed up. Yeah, I kind of think it was nice at the beginning, and he did well the first 12 games, and then it was 13 games, 12 points. It was 12 points or 13 points in 12 games. I'm not sure which. But it went downhill after that when he wasn't top 6 all the time, and he needs to be in the mix all the time or he doesn't really perform and produce. So I don't see that happening now for him here, and I don't see why it would be. like unless you're desperate and you need to fill out a spot, but I don't think that's the case here. So I don't see him coming here now. Sorry, I was thirsty. I just ate before. I had to. Okay, let's get into this. Would have been nice to have Koivu back in Montreal. Sure would have, Shamir. I thought that would have been a really good, at this point, if you're not going to go with Poehling, and I don't think Poehling gets the shot right away, I think he plays in Laval, honestly. And if Evans isn't going to be the guy right away, Koivu could come in and give you some really good, solid fourth line, like Thompson did the last 2 seasons. You might even get a little bit more production out of Koivu, but he'd be a great mentor for the younger kids. So I think, it would have been great. So I think in Montreal, you have to think that maybe the reason Montreal's not getting these guys is because they are in on the Hall thing, and they can't sign a Mikko Koivu if they're going to actually get Hall. So maybe that's what's happening as well. So we don't know. It's like the great unknown. Who the hell knows? But, it's something to think about. They may not be signing anybody until they know whether they're getting Hall or not. Yeah, Dan, the Hall is still an option, apparently. We don't really know. It's just that there's no definitive yes or no, but we know their hat is in the ring. But whether it's a serious thing or not, I don't know. Jaden, should Mark Bergevin trade Tatar, get some guys to round out their roster, and then sign Taylor Hall? It's not just as easy as just say then sign Taylor Hall. They're in the running. Taylor Hall's going to go where Taylor Hall wants to. I think if they do sign Taylor Hall, you may see Tatar traded. I saw a good point earlier today that if you really, really want to go for it and win right now, you sign Taylor Hall and don't trade Tatar, and you let him maybe walk after next year. You take that gamble if you're really going for it. So, I don't really want Kobe back up. I don't really want him either. Zachary, yes, the Leafs got Wayne Simons. Yeah. Janos Gaming, are we a playoff team? I think we are. But I don't think it's like definitive that we can go, oh, yeah, we're a playoff team. I think it could still be a struggle still. Yeah, I think it could still be a struggle. But I want to say that we are. I know Jeff, my podcast partner, that's why I refer to Jeff a lot, because we talk a lot in doing the podcast, definitely. And he doesn't think we are a playoff team right now. But I've got to tell you, I definitely would agree that if you do add Taylor Hall, then I think that's a different story. You add Taylor Hall, we're a playoff team. Are we a contender? I think we could be, but I think we have to see if we are. But I think as far as getting to the playoffs, I think you add Taylor Hall along with what we've got and we've added, I think, we're a playoff team. We need another face-off guy. That's what Mikko Koivu would have been great for. That was the point that Jeff was making to me last night. He's a great face-off guy, Koivu, and it would have been great to have him here. Thoughts on Jewelson and Mette re-signing? Well, obviously Jewelson, if I'm correct, he signed a 2-way deal. Jewelson's going to play in Laval next year. He's just coming back from the injury, played 1 game with them, Laval, after coming back. I think you got to see him play for a while before you know what to do with him exactly. Mette, I mean, in a flat cap era, that's how you say it. I'm not surprised at the number, $735,000. I think good deal for both. He stays here. He's on a 1-way contract. And you're looking at probably, I think, like I said, I think they're going to hang on to Mette. And if they trade out one of the other guys, it'll be Kulak. I think Kulak brings you more value in a trade. But then again, Mette at least is signed. If they're going to trade him, he's signed. The other team doesn't have to worry about it. What's that? Yeah, you want to grant Janmark or Koivu. Yeah, I know. Joe Thornton or Patrick Marlow. They're both so old. I don't know what you're going to get from either of them except experience and all that. I don't know. Thornton, maybe, would he play fourth line center? Then I'd get him if he's affordable because he could do the same kind of thing as a Mikko Koivu. But I don't know if he'd come here. Massimo, what position is lacking now, or which position should be improved? Well, I think we just said the left side. If they can get another goal scorer now on the left side, like if they can manage to work that in, it's just going to improve their chances that much more. Personally, I don't think Anderson is enough of a goal scorer to say that we addressed the goal scoring. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my God. The need for goal scoring from the wing. I don't know that we fully addressed that. I think we still need another guy. So you do it on the left side, you're balancing it out better, all three lines, good balanced attack. I think that might be where. Other than that, I don't know. Backup goalie solved for now. And in a good way. I like the defense right now. They could adjust, and maybe there might be a change, but I like the defense right now. And I think the forwards I really like, except maybe a little bit more scoring still. So I guess that's it. For me, they got to address some more scoring up front. Fighting for a wild card again. Possibly not. Things could have, I can see things. Look, first of all, games have to be played on the ice. That's number one. So just because it looks a certain way doesn't always happen that way. I'm kind of a glass half full guy when I say that. I get it. But I don't want to be negative here. I think they made some really good changes in the right direction with this team. They may not have made all of the changes needed, but I think they addressed more than they normally do in an off season. So I'm kind of happy there. And as long as the direction is trending the right way, maybe it's next season. It might not be this season or coming up that is the one, but we're closer, I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but that's how I feel. Taylor Hall going to Boston really does look that way. I have to admit, Boston looks like they could get him. Zachary, TJ Brody, and Zach Bogosian. Brody is signed by Toronto. Did Toronto get Bogosian? I know they signed Brody. Janos Gaming, do you think our power play will improve? Yeah, I do. I think with Anderson on the power play, it's going to get a little bit better. I don't think all the way, but maybe. But I think they still got some work to do on the power play. But it should get somewhat better. I think we should still try for Stamkos. Just imagine. Yeah, that cap hit again. I don't know about that. Although with Hall, is not much difference in age. Yeah, I guess, I haven't heard anything else, though, about Stamkos moving. One thing about that, though, the Lightning did try to move Tyler Johnson. They waived him, and nobody picked him up. So they couldn't offload any salary there. So actually, they're kind of stuck right now. Maybe that means that Stamkos moves. I don't know that. I'm not saying we get him, but maybe he does move. Wonder why we didn't sign a power forward. Because we got our power forward in Anderson. We got one in Anderson. We need some scoring now. Now we need a sniper on the other side. Jaden Arthur. Okay, you're talking to him. Rob, we will do better than Toronto this season. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Toronto did a great job this offseason so far. We'll see. Well, again, maybe I'm wrong. And like I was saying, somebody else wrong. But I don't see it with them. Hall is way too overrated. 16 goals last year. Better options are Toffoli, Hoffman, Dadnov, and probably cheaper. Listen, not saying no. And that's a really good point because we've got playmakers here. What we need is a guy that scores. More goals than assists. I'm good with that on this guy. And you're probably right that we could be talking that they're still in on Hall and we're going to wait and find out. And it's not Hall that they're in on. It's Toffoli or Hoffman, and they're, working it out. That could be what we find out. Who really knows? But it's a good point that Hall, and I said this in the podcast last night to Jeff, that we need a guy who pulls the trigger, not a playmaker. We got playmakers. We need snipers. OEL is staying in Arizona. They had until noon yesterday. Yeah, not even noon. It was 9 a.m. yesterday to get a deal done before he pulled his no trade, because he changed it from noon, and then he changed it to 9 a.m. and it did not happen. He ain't going anywhere. Hoffman could come to the Habs, but I don't want him because of his wife. That's the thought. I've said it before. But you got to admit one thing, and people have made this point. It's pretty fair to say. Since that happened, you haven't heard anything about Hoffman in a negative way, in any way. So even though I had that bias, when I thought about that, because someone made it a point to tell me that, and it's kind of true that whatever it is, it's behind them, and I don't know if it's fair for us to hold that up like that against him. So I don't know. He has had nothing since he's in Florida, as far as I've heard about that incident. Boy, oh my God, we're up to 52 there's 52 people in the room. Wow. Thanks to everybody in the room. I appreciate it. And listen, if you're here having a good time, let's see if we can get the thumbs up. Give a thumbs up if you're having fun, if you're enjoying for whatever reason. And let's see if we can get those thumbs up to at least 25 anyway. 30 would be great. And higher than that, even better. And if anybody's here is new and is liking what you see, you can subscribe, ring that notifications bell, and that'll get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talkin' Habs. So I'd appreciate that too. Some thumbs up and some subscribes would make a great day. Okay, enough of that. Toronto signed Bogosian for $1 million. They are wasting their cap space. Well, they need defensemen. I mean, they need some guys that can actually play defense. That's what Toronto needs. So, so I guess they did. They signed Bogosian. So, I guess a decent move on their part of like one decent move of like I think a few bad ones in there too. So, Gauthier, are you saying Chris? Are you saying Gauthier went today? Can't remember where. I'm not sure. I think I know who you're talking about. Frederick Gauthier, I think you're talking about, right? I just saw that. I can't remember where either. Enjoy the dream life. Montreal signed a fourth liner, $7 million. Toronto has done far better than Montreal. Now, come on, now you're dreaming there. Now you're really enjoying the dream life. Well, okay, I'm gonna say you're probably. I gotta scroll back up on that one. Whoop. Hang on a second now. Montreal signed a fourth liner for $7 million. Okay, where? Who'd they sign for $7 million? That I hadn't heard. So you got to tell me who you're talking about. Toronto has done far better than Montreal. Okay, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people in this chat. I'm going to agree with you on that one. Toronto has skilled players. Montreal has skilled players. Toronto has too many skilled players. And listen, I want to tell you, did you read the quote from Mitch Marner? Mitch Marner, I read this as a quote from him. He was hoping to get traded to Montreal, to the Habs. He likes the Habs a lot better, apparently. So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't agree with that. And I don't know who you're talking about. A fourth liner at $7 million. We didn't sign a fourth liner. So, let's see now. I heard rumors about Hall. Is it true? I'm not sure what rumors you're talking about. Montreal did not get him unless it just happened. They didn't get him. I haven't heard anything about Hall. Apparently, he's waiting till tomorrow or Monday to decide. So, I don't know what you've heard. Jeff, I don't think goalie. I don't think Hoffman fits into CJ's system. He isn't very defensive, and I don't think he scores enough to keep CJ happy. That could be too. Because, yeah, you got to have a defensive responsibility to be in to play here for Claude. I know I scrolled. I missed a whole bunch. The rest will go after Hall signs, my opinion. Teams waiting on him to decide or players waiting on him to set market. No, Enjoy the Dream Life's not trolling. He's a subscriber. He comes in often. I just think that he's wrong. That's all. But he's entitled to his opinion. I just think it's a wrong opinion, as he's probably saying he thinks mine is a wrong opinion. But I just don't know who he's talking about that we signed for $7 million, because we didn't sign anybody, as far as I know, yet for $7 million. 7 years. If he said 7 years, might be a different story. That's Anderson, but it's not $7 million. And Anderson is not going to be a fourth liner. Wonder why they didn't sign and use Caulfield. Maybe he doesn't want to play for them. Who are we talking about there, Steven? I'm not sure who we're talking about. Do you think they'll bring Ilya Kovalchuk back? Nope, I really don't, and I hope they don't. Enjoy the dream, time to wake up? No, I mean, it's his opinion. He's allowed. It's our job to convince him otherwise. The rest will go after Hall. Oh, I read that. Allen and Price. I scrolled too far again. Hang on. We looking good. In nets, we're looking really good. You know, they might have gotten somebody a little cheaper if they waited, but I think they didn't want to be caught with their pants down and then not getting anybody. And they got somebody good, and they didn't waste any time. And that kind of makes sense to me. Chris, I guess he means Anderson for 7 years. I can't think of anything else he could mean. More depth signing needed, like fourth line center. Any suggestions? Not offhand, because I don't know who's still out there that would be fourth line center. But listen, you know, I'm honestly, and this is not like, you don't have to look at me like I'm crazy, but I think I'm okay with Evans as the fourth line center to start. I like what I've seen from Evans, and I'm okay with it. And I have a feeling that if they didn't get anybody to play that role there, I think they're also okay with Evans as being the fourth line center. He's getting mad at me for saying they are wasting their cap space. No, I don't. But I don't think that was a waste of cap space to get. Who was it again? Sorry, but I had said. Bogosian, $1 million. I don't know if that's a waste of cap space. He was with Tampa. Didn't he win the cup with Tampa, or was he in Dallas? I thought he was in Tampa. I think he did well. So I don't know. I don't think it's a waste of cap space. But they've made other moves that I don't know that they're good moves. Rumor has it that you're running a contest involving a pair of skates. I'd like to know more about it. Well, you are entered into the skate contest. If you're trying to get me into, yeah, well, I don't have them with me right now. I don't want to go off camera. Pair of Bauer Supreme, size 7.5. So they're for kids or young people or someone with small feet. Barely used, without even a crease in the ankle. And yes, and as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to draw. If not next week, the week after, I think I'm going to draw. So if anybody wants to get in on the draw for that, now's the time. You got to take a super chat or take a membership and or a super sticker, and that'll get you entered into the draw for it. So like today, Rob took a membership. Rob gets entered into the contest for the skates. And like I said, I think next Saturday or the Saturday after, we're going to make the draw. It is time. And we'll move on to the next thing after that. Oh, speaking of that, I got something to show you guys that my son bought me. That's Habs. I'll do that in a sec. That's right behind me. I can reach it. So, but I want to scroll down. So, Armeni says, I remember when you had 100 subscribers. So do I. It seems like forever ago. It's almost 2 years. Well, 100. 100 is April of 2019. I hit 100. So, yeah, remember, it's a long time ago. I was absolutely, totally atrocious back then. Now I'm sort of lukewarm, I guess. It's in my eyes. You guys can see it how you want. And don't worry. I know who I am. I'm my worst critic. But yeah, I've come a long way. Where I'm starting to do videos now that I could say I'm enjoying at least. I like my live streams. My live streams are more fun, easier. I don't have to perform or anything, so it's a lot easier when you're totally yourself. Okay. So yes, the skate contest that's coming to a close soon. I am using a new mic. Yes. Don't know if I can get it in the shot. There's my new mic. So yeah, and the videos, I know it's a little low, but I'm using that. I'm getting it as close to me as I can. But either way, it's still the sound, the tone, it's all a lot better. Even if it's a little low, you got to turn your volume up a little bit. And I don't know why, because I'm pretty close. I'm pretty much as close as I am now. So, yeah. Thanks, Drew, by the way. I appreciate that. I'm trying to keep her going. Yeah, Marner to the Habs. That's something I read on Twitter. I can't remember the source 100%, so I'm not going to. I think it was a good source. Montreal has only $5 million left in cap. I think actually 3 point something. Not much to sign anyone, but they can go 10% over the cap in the offseason. So they can go to almost 90 million. And then they have to pare it down by the time the season starts. So, it's still a possibility. There might be some moves still happening and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that because they're that close to the cap that nothing will happen. Excited to see Mishak and Caulfield in the World Juniors. Yeah, Mishak's supposed to be a pretty decent player from what I understand. Enjoy the dream life. Sorry, Josh Anderson 5.5 for 7 years. And no, I'm not a troll. I know you're not a troll. That's someone who didn't know you. I know you're not a troll. Don't worry about that. Need to be objective when reviewing players. I like Toronto, but picked Tampa to win the cup. I had Tampa as well to win the cup. I don't like Toronto, but you're allowed. But I don't agree with you that Toronto, what you said about Toronto being better or whatever. No, I don't agree with that. Mel Medeiros. Mel, I haven't seen you there in a while. I just called your name and it scrolled past. Hang on. Who will Montreal have to give up to Seattle? Good question. I think there's, there's kind of time to answer that. So Morgan's underneath you. So I know Morgan is going to say, I didn't even have to look. Morgan's going to say Carey Price. Morgan really wants Carey Price to be picked by Seattle. So I don't know. I think it's up in the air. It's still a year away, and I don't know. A little early, I think, anyways, to tell. I had Mette being the one that they'd steer towards Seattle, but I don't know. We actually have $3.9 million in cap space, Jeff is telling us, and still have one RFA in Hudon. That's right. Any big free agent moves means, and that pretty much means Tatar or Byron have to go. But they have time. See, this is the point. So we'll just say Toffoli, because you want Toffoli, and I get that. So say Toffoli, we got him. We signed him 6 year, whatever term, whatever money, right? But that means they're going over the cap. Not a problem. It's not a problem. They can go over the cap. 2 weeks from now, they make a deal for Byron. They make a deal for Tatar, whatever it is, and they come back under the cap. They're fine as long as that's done before the games start for the new season. And I think they can do it like they have right until the night before the first game. So they have a lot of time still. So I think it's not going to hinder them from signing a free agent if a deal comes up, because they'll make a move like that. They know they've got assets that they can move, and I think that's what happens. It sucks that Domi got traded. It does. We all like Domi. I like Domi, and I'm not going to trash Domi like some of the people have, because Domi might not have been the perfect guy, the perfect player, but he was good for us. I liked him. He was exciting. He did a lot here, and I'm not going to trash him. It's not fair to Domi. And Domi was a stand-up guy. He didn't trash Julian. And they had a rift, and he was asked, and he decided not to talk about it. And that's a stand-up guy, and I'm not going to trash him either. I scrolled down again. Do you think Montreal should sign Galchenyuk? No. We need goal-scoring help. Last time he was with us, he got 30 goals. He may find his game back here. Plus, he'll be cheaper. He will never find his game again. Unless he stops listening to his father and he listens to the coaches instead, Alex Galchenyuk will not be an NHL hockey player for much longer. And no, I think no. Don't bring him back here. No. Drew Deeks, very dumb. Did I say something dumb? I'm sorry if I did. Nobody wants Chuck back. No, I mean it's not nobody. I've seen this before. I've seen people saying they want Galchenyuk, and my question is why? What has he done since he was traded? Since 2 years before he was traded, what has he done to at this point say, yeah, bring him back? Nothing. And I was not happy when they traded him for Domi. I still like Galchenyuk and all that. And now, no, I don't have to. No hesitation. No. So, yeah. I just don't see what anybody really sees in him. What do I think about Jaden Struble? Good potential, big guy. Don't know a ton about him, but I think he's got good potential to make it here. Another 2 years, maybe. Joey, who won the skates? Nobody won them yet, but I was just saying, we were just talking about it. I'm thinking next week for the draw. If not next week, the week after. So in the next 2 weeks, we are drawing the skates on Saturday night on the hockey. So if not next, the week after. That is a promise. So it won't. I said anyways after the season, once the free agents and all that. So we're there now. So so we're gonna get it done. Jeff, hard no on Chucky. If he couldn't score with Malkin, then he is a bust. Yeah, there's a good point. He didn't score in Pittsburgh. How could you not? Shamir, no on Chucky as well. Habs hockey, Gold Girls rule, but he scored with us. That doesn't, but no. Drew Deeks, no, it was the Weber to Seattle comment that was done. Weber to Seattle, I can't see that happening. Some people hope for PK back as well. No, not happening. Is Galchenyuk struggling to get a deal? I would think he's going to. Yeah, I would think he's going to. Is that MLD? I can't. I'm on my small computer. I can't tell. I'm going to say mid. 4664 QC. Interesting name. It's just, I don't know. Sorry. Not that it's bad or anything. Should Montreal trade Byron and or Tatar to make space in the cap to get Hall because he could replace Tatar and Brandon Bada could replace Byron on the 4th? I don't think they'll have a problem replacing Byron on the 4th. But yeah, I mean, that could happen. I don't know if Baddock's going to be making any appearances at all in the NHL right now. But I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. Jamie Ortiz, nobody who's left Montreal has made a comeback or gets better. Is that what it said? Right. Okay. I don't know if that's exactly true over the whole history. I don't know if that's true, but yeah, most of them don't want them back. Any thoughts on when Caulfield could come up? I figured a year at college this year, next time the year after that in the AHL, and then here. That's my timeline, I think. Two more seasons before he's here. Hey, Owen, I'm just seeing you got to go. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Appreciate it. I was a big Galchenyuk fan, but he has not been the same player since his big injury versus the Kings. Oh, okay. Can't recall that. He hasn't been the same since a year or two before he left here, Has everyone checked out the podcast yet? If so, what did you think of the last couple episodes? There's a good question. Jeff, that's from my podcast partner, Jeff. He's talking about Habs coast to coast. If you haven't checked it out, I will put it in the description after the podcast, after the live stream. If you have to pick between Dadonov and Hoffman, which one would you take? Honestly, I think I would probably go with Dadonov. Just I don't know why necessary. I don't know if I can verbalize why exactly, but I think I would go with Dadonov. Rick, I'm doing good. How are you, Steven? Do you think they will add Caulfield to their lineup next season? No, I don't. I don't think he'll be ready. The next season, he's going to be in Wisconsin. The season after that, he should be a year in LA, in AHL. And then I could see him being here. Unless something changes that's the timeline I have for him. If Anderson, for whatever reason, doesn't work out, do you think Bergevin gets fired? I mean, yeah, that could be the Anderson signing. Could be, yeah. If it doesn't work out, that could be the end for Bergevin right there. That could be the thing that does it. I think it's a long enough term. He gave up a good player, even maybe over. Some would say even had to throw in the extra piece there. Yeah, I think Anderson needs to be to pay off, and I think he will though. I think he will. Goalie. Hey, Rick, have a good. Oh, Joey, are you leaving already? Okay. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming in as always. And good luck. You're going to be in the running for the skates. So good luck when the draw is next week or the week after. I hope you'll be in the room for when we draw. So I'll announce it. Oh, it's probably, look, if you're going to not sure if you're going to be able to be here next week, probably it's going to be in 2 weeks, but definitely it'll be in 2 weeks. So we can even call it now, but it'll be in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks, we're making the draw. Not next Saturday, the Saturday after, we're making the draw for the skates. That way, anybody who's not sure wants to be there, well, you know when it is, and you can be there. Hey, Rick. No, I read that. Shane Corson came back. Yeah. But, I mean, he wasn't the same Shane Corson as the first time, but he did come back, played, I think, 2 or 3 years, 2.5 years when he came back, I think. Good night, Joey. Thanks for coming in, eh? I'm going to scroll back down. I think I am. Habs hockey. Yep. Okay. Domi should have never got traded. No, I'm not saying that either, but, I don't know if you could say that. Habs have top 10 defense, and it scroll. Oh, boy. That one jumped. Top 10 defense in the league, and I will put them up against any team. Their defense is improved. They're big. They're going to be hard to play against. It's going to be fun to watch. The knee on knee with Kopitar, I think it was. Okay, I'm not sure what that was. Good night, Habs fans. Hey, Jamie. Good night, Jamie. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Up to 63. I know. It's a crazy night. Hey, you know what? I think people are excited with all this. Free agent frenzy time is an exciting time. And it wasn't really clickbait to put that because it's what we're talking about. But I think it excites people. They saw free agent frenzy and they clicked. Which is fine by me. It brings new people in, but I am delivering in that we are talking about what's going on, Where was I? Pick up Eric Howla ASAP. You know what? I don't know about that. I don't know if he adds anything here. He gets injured a lot. I don't know. I think I'm a no on Howla. Garrett Crisal. Hey, Garrett. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Any plans? Well, I bought a turkey. It's still defrosting in the fridge. Hopefully it'll be defrosted in time. Yeah, I'm going to make a turkey. My son's living with me now, so we're going to have turkey dinner. Bergevin put his balls on the table with that Anderson trade. He did. He swung, as Jeff had said, he swung for the fences. He swung for the fences to hit a home run. And if he does, he's going to look great. And if he doesn't, he could lose his job. Yeah. Where was wait? There's Massimo. I think if Bergie goes, isn't it going to be weird if someone else took his post? Well, I mean, that happens eventually, right? Personally, I feel that Bergie did a good job, and if someone else comes in, it's kind of too late to fire Bergie. I think he did. I like Bergie. I've never been on the fire Bergie bandwagon, but at some point, everybody gets fired or goes or whatever. So it'll be weird, but I've been through it how many times? Hang on, I got a drink. Wonder if they will trade Byron and put, Paling on the wing instead with Evans. That's a possibility. If Paling's ready to make the move. I don't know if he is, and I don't know what's going to happen with him. We'll find out in camp. But that is a possibility. What about Hall? Well, we won't really find out anything till tomorrow. I mean, he said he's going to take the weekend to decide. So, Drouin traded, and for who? Hasn't been traded yet. Fourth line right now. I have Byron, Evans, Paling, Wheel. Hey, listen, Wheel could go too. If they need to move some salary. You got a few options there that you can move, and you can get some money if you go over the cap. So remember, everybody, they can go over the cap by 10%. So they can do that. They can go up to just under 90 million, and then pare it down over the next month, 2 months, till like the night before Christmas. No, till the night before the first game of the season. They can do this. So. Bergevin has technically made one bad trade so far, Drouin, possibly two with this one. Yeah, but I mean, it's we have to wait till he plays. We have to wait till we see him in a Habs uniform, and give him a little bit of time too, not just 5 games or whatever. Got to give him some time in Montreal, and we'll know. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think he's going to show us fans that he's a good hockey player. Montreal has better chance of making playoffs by getting third place over the Leafs in Atlantic because the Metropolitan is really stacked with good teams. That's true. Where is Kovalchuk? Waiting for the phone to ring. I don't think anyone signed him. I didn't hear anything. Lee Van Cleef, the ghost of Lee Van Cleef, is in the room with us. Bergevin won't move many players this year. Wants depth for a run. Yeah, well, I think we've got pretty good depth, and I think you're right. I mean, I think there's still some wiggle room there, but I think you're right. He wants a full balanced team. But really, if he's going to be making a run, he needs some more scoring up front. He needs some more scoring on the left side. He needs some more scoring, I think, without a doubt. But there's still plenty of time, and it could happen. The snap of a finger, they announce it, and we'll see how serious he is to say this is a year we're going to make a real shot at it. Because listen, Price, Weber, 2-3 more years, and realistically, that's your window. So they got to do it like now, as quickly as possible. This year, next year at the latest, they got to be making that big run. So. MB has had a longer leash than most GMs, but Jeff, you got to agree, this Anderson deal, that leash could be like right up, pulled tight now. With that, it's got to work, or I think he will be let go at that point. Anthony, I'm doing good. How are you? We should get more cap space since our taxes are so bad. It doesn't work like that. You just overpay. That's why we overpay often, is because of that, the taxes. If the third we gave to CBJ, I'm not sure what you said there, Jacob. I'm sorry. I can't decipher that for some reason. We're getting over an hour. Once we hit the hour mark, anything after that, I start getting tired. I have trouble sometimes deciphering. I take Kovalchuk if he takes a cheap contract like 900. Even then I would rather go with what we got right here right now. I don't think he's going to add anything. That's Gary Bettman's way of giving U.S. team advantage tax. Well, I don't know if it's Gary Bettman. It's the taxes in wherever you're living. Some states have not the greatest taxes as well, but in Canada, especially here in Montreal, we're in Quebec. Yeah, we got the worst taxes. Do they believe the scoring will come internally? Drouin, Anderson, maybe he believes. I don't know. I would think that he knows he needs another goal scorer. I don't think he would be after Hall if he didn't think he needs more scoring. And they're saying that they're still on in the running for Hall. So I think he'd like to see more scoring come from internally on the team, but I think he realizes he's going to need to add. Should they go after Hoffman? From what I understand, they're in the mix with Hoffman. So I guess that would mean that yes, they are going after Hoffman. But from what I understand, they're in the mix with him. Excuse me. So Drouin for Patch? No, not happening. Although apparently Vegas had a deal for Patch at the draft and it fell through. So they must have been trying to move up or something like that, and they had a deal that fell through. So they were apparently willing to trade Pacioretty at the draft. Okay, we can scroll down. The better way to get the depth is to, where was it? Where did that go? Jeez. Is to add to the first two lines and move Lehkonen to the fourth line and Byron to the fourth line. Right wing. That acts really good point because that's true. Sometimes that's the best ways. You add better guys and have your other guys that are kind of out of their element a little too high up and get them moving back down, and that's your depth right there. But I think he's talking more depth, like, guys that can be brought in if there's an injury and stuff like that. But fourth line is depth, actually, true, right? I mean, fourth line is kind of depth players, especially some teams that roll three lines mostly. Their fourth line guys are kind of like depth guys. But I've always thought 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, all your lines, I don't see any line that's on the actual club as being depth. And I've always thought of depth as being when you have injuries and stuff like that and you've got to bring other guys in, which Montreal clearly has had a problem with for a long time. We're kind of like the Leafs after the free agent signings after 2018, a short window to win the cup or at least have a deep run in the playoffs. Kind of. Well, if, for Carey Price to be involved, for Shea Weber to be involved, it's a short window. It definitely is. Montreal has made small improvements. Is it good enough? I can't see them getting more than 90, 96 points, and that is not good enough. We were just talking about this at the beginning, actually, of the live stream. I think that they're not going to get into the playoffs just to say, well, they're a playoff team. I think they might struggle a little bit. They could struggle. It could go a little easier than that, but I don't think they're definite, say, offhand, that's a playoff team. They don't have to worry. So, let me see now. Did I answer that? Yeah, okay. So I'm not talking even points. I think having Jake Allen probably gets you 5 to 10 extra points just there. He could win easily 5 games more than your backup's been getting you, right? So I don't know. I think they can get 100 points. I don't know. So I think they make the playoffs, but it could be a struggle too. Because I think they're improved. I think they've improved their team. It's just they haven't gotten all the way. I think they're kind of a good scorer on the left side, and I don't know how much more they can do. as far as addressing each problem that they've had. I couldn't hold that back anymore, guys. Sorry. That's why I've been funny. I've been trying to hold back a cough. Sorry about that. Montreal's made small improvements. I read that. Habs will sign Chara. Never. Never. They're never going to sign Chara. So I know that's sarcasm. Wonder why they don't trade Price for Lafreniere, because Rangers aren't going to do that. It's not a wonder. Like, okay, I just got to ask, like, if you're serious, because to just say, okay, they should trade for Lafreniere, the other team has to want to make the trade back. So do I think the Rangers want Price and giving up Lafreniere? No. So no, that's not going to happen. You can't look at moves like that and just think, well, they should do this and do that. You can't make a deal without the other team agreeing, right? You can't, two people to make a deal. So yeah, not happening. I see Caulfield joining us for the 2021 playoffs, 50th anniversary of Ken Dryden's introduction. I'm going to be surprised. I'd like to see him, honestly, I'd like to see him finish his college career this coming season and then a year in the AHL before he hits Montreal. I think that's almost necessary for him. So I think that's what's going to happen. Duclair should be a Habs. Still out there, Duclair. So maybe not good enough defensively, though. That could be something, that reason why they wouldn't. Plus, I'm not sure. I mean, we're talking about Hoffman and problems with the player, like off-ice problems. Well, I don't know if Duclair's overall of his at this point, if he's matured, but he was that kind of a guy. I'm just waiting for Hall to pull a LeBron and do a televised press conference to announce where he's going. Not hockey players. Hockey players is not big enough for that to happen. That's funny. Scroll back down. Feel Habs need to improve scoring, especially the power play needs improvement. Yeah, without a doubt. Power play really needs to get better. 2021 playoffs if we make it. Yeah, I kind of think they will, but it's not a definite thing, that's for sure. I would trade Lehkonen and Byron for cap space and be aggressive in getting Hoffman and Hall, even if it's an overpayment salary-wise. Fourth line, we can have Evans, Paling, Armia. Hang on a second now. I'm going to read that again. Wow, did it ever jump? Wow, how much did it jump? I can't even find it now. It jumped that much. I can't believe how many comments just jumped past me. Sorry, guys. We got about another 15 minutes to go. I feel Habs need to improve power play, especially the power play needs improvement. They definitely do. I feel like I read that. I just feel like I've read that already. Dan, no problem. Don't worry. Those things happen. Bergevin. Chris Bergeron. I don't know why I called you Bergevin. 40 wins for Price, 20 wins for Allen. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's too much for Allen. I don't think he gets 20 wins. Because, look, Allen, realistically, maybe at the most is going to play 30 games. So you're probably looking at, then you're saying he's going to go 20 and 10. I don't know. But I can see definitely 40 wins for Price. And I'd say 15 and upwards for Allen, somewhere around 15. Oh, do I have any? Jeff, you're on the ball. Awesome. Let me see if I might be able to throw him right out of here. He's gone. I think I am the only one who has the power to remove him from the channel completely. Happy Thanksgiving, Gregory. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy it the best you can. I know we all can't be with all our family like normal, but hopefully you can do. I don't know. It's hard to if my son wasn't living here, I'd be alone at Thanksgiving for sure. So, what are you going to do with everything going on? If Allen goes 30 games, we are in a great position. Yeah, well, I think. Hey, Anthony, good night. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I think so too. I think if Price is going to be rested going into the playoffs if Allen plays 30 games. That or he had to play those many games because Price got hurt. Well, I'm not looking at that. It's not going to happen. Okay. Paling, Evans, and Armia should be our fourth line. Lehkonen and Byron need to get traded. Our third line should be more offensive. I hope they don't trade Lehkonen. No, Lehkonen does not need to get traded. Not in my opinion. First, Drouin, Hoffman, Suzuki, Anderson. Second, okay, first Drouin or Hoffman, Suzuki, Anderson. Second, Tatar family, Galley. Tatar Deneau, Galley. Third, Drouin, Hoffman, KK. And Armia. Oh, wait. Hey. Choo-choo. Just a heads up, you have a sub living in China, living in Guangzhou. You're now a global ambassador. Are you are you in China? Seriously? Really? Awesome. I'm a global ambassador. Who knew? You know what? Montreal Canadiens are probably the most popular team worldwide for the NHL. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me anymore where I'm getting people that are actually finding the channel because they're Habs fans, So awesome. Thank you. Did I get rid of that guy that said, ha ha, you can't get rid of me? Didn't I get rid of him? Ha ha, I got rid of you. Make it as special as you can. Happy Thanksgiving. Go eat turkey with your family, then wash your hands. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to make a turkey. I would like to keep Byron around just because he is so versatile. He can move up when injuries happen. Plus, he's nice to have on the PK. But Jeff, yeah, I agree. But, that $3.4 million is going to be, I don't know. It's going to be tough to hang on to. Don't like Hoffman. He is just like a traveling salesman, team to team, year to year, inconsistent. Well, no, he went, Ottawa and then Florida. He hasn't gone anywhere else. Jean-Claude, hey, how's it going? I'm doing good. Do I think Mark will sign anyone soon? Great to see you again. It's hard to say. I think it's just as likely he will as he won't. That's the best I can say because I don't know. I mean, he's still up. Hall's still out there. Hoffman, Dadonov, guys like that are still out there. So there's guys to sign, but I think they're kind of waiting on somebody to make a decision. That's why they haven't done anything yet. So we'll see. We're going to see. Caleb Anderson, 25 goals, 50 points. I'd be happy with that. I would. I'd be happy with that from him. He came back as someone else. Yeah, that's what he keeps doing. He just keeps coming back. Every time I toss him out. Hey, Rob, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being the new member. And, yeah, you're going to get you can check out all those members-only videos and all that stuff. And I hope to see you Wednesday night on the we do a live stream for the members-only as well on Wednesday nights. Hoffman is pretty consistent at scoring 25 to 30 goals. This is true. He usually does. Turkey tomorrow. Turkey. Okay, I'm at a loss now. I had all those comments. I got through them all? Wow. I wouldn't have thought. Who do I think will be the most underrated in Montreal? The most underrated. Underrated. Well, I think at the beginning of the season it's gonna be Anderson because I think a lot of I don't know I think a lot of people might feel he's not as good as he is. So I think that could be somebody. I gotta think about that. And by the way, Jeff, where's the? You promised me a doozer of a question, and I didn't get it yet, as far as I know, unless I answered it with ease. But Jeff has promised me just before going on to the live stream now, when I started it, that he got a doozer of a question that he forgot to ask me in the podcast the night before last night. So I'm waiting for it. So. Maybe I should have said nothing. He's going to give me a doozer. Jeff likes to give me doozers. So who do I think will be the most underrated in Montreal next year? Oh, I think, a guy, I just said it, Lehkonen. Lehkonen's always underrated because he's a great player on the defensive side of the game that I think everyone expects so much from him offensively that he's not producing. It hasn't really since his first year, 18 goals, that I think he's underrated at this point. Toffoli for Turkey Day. Hey, maybe he's waiting for that. Is Chara invited to your Thanksgiving dinner? Chara's never going to be invited to anything that I have or do. Most underrated player in Montreal will probably be Galley or Price. Underrated, though? I don't think there are. I guess you could say that, maybe. I don't know about most, though. What would be the lines for next year if we don't sign anyone? And if we would sign Hoffman, where would he fit in? I think you drop Drouin down to the third line and you put him in there with Suzuki and Anderson. My opinion. Romanov will be a game changer for us. Romanov, I certainly hope will. I can't wait to see Romanov in a uniform and belting people. The Destroyer. Is that what they call him? The Destroyer, I think. We don't get to have turkey tomorrow. Daughter has hockey tryouts. It sucks to be you, Jeff. I see that. Jesus, this guy is insistent. Well, he's only got like 8 minutes to be insistent. The other talking Habs that thinks we don't notice these things. Come on. Oh, I can't talk anymore. Okay, that's my dog. Raven, don't do that. No barking. Do you think the Habs will be good in the playoffs if they make it with their additions of big players? Well, I still think they need to add some scoring. I think they may still struggle a little bit to get into the playoffs. They may. It depends on. I'm not so sure. Like I wouldn't say, oh no, they'll make the playoffs. I don't know if they're there yet, but they're close. They're really close. Seamus, hey buddy, we're right near the end of the stream too. I love the name Seamus. I love that spelling. I don't know if there's another spelling for Seamus, but I love that. Price's most criticized player in NHL. I don't know about that. There's a lot of criticized guys. For a big guy, Anderson can skate. Anderson can skate. Yes, he can. He can skate. He's got skill. He can hit. He's a beast out there. I think he's going to be he's going to be good. Tatar for Gaudreau was my question. Tatar that was your question? How did I do? I was waiting for something bigger than that. I know I waffled there for a second, but I think I got it right. Difference in the pair. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Caleb. Difference pairings? I'm not sure what you mean. Nope. Not getting any more. Come on, guys. It would have been. It's like cheering you guys on. Come on, guys. Give me some more. It would have been more interesting to trade Domi for Tuck from Vegas. That's, but I don't think Vegas wants. No, you know what? Yeah, but okay, think about that. Tuck is this big guy again, big guy that Vegas really needs there. I don't think Domi was a fit there. If you take Tuck away, I don't think that made sense. So we can have the brothers on the team. Yeah. I don't think Tuck's going anywhere, and I don't think they would have done that. Rugged English, how's it going, buddy? Did you guys sign a free agent? No, not that I heard of yet, unless they did while I'm on the live stream. Or just make some great trades. Can't believe Crawford just ditched. Lehner was given away to make him happy. Then he just ditches. I think he wanted more money. I don't think he was happy with the contract they offered him. Something you asked me here now. No, we did not sign a free agent, but they made the trade. Max Domi for Josh Anderson from Columbus Blue Jackets. So if you hadn't heard that, yeah, Max Domi is a Columbus Blue Jacket, and Josh Anderson is a Montreal Canadian. And Montreal threw in a third-round draft pick at this year's draft for that. Difference pairings MB. Still not sure what you mean, Caleb. I'm sorry. Are you talking to somebody else in the room, maybe? The pairings will be Sherratt Weber, if that's what you're asking. Sherratt Weber, Edmondson, Petrie, and I guess right now kind of looking like Kulak and Mette. But I think that one could be, it might not be set yet. Jean-Claude, Rick, why it says deleted? I can't read what you said. Is that you? There is not. Oh no, that's somebody that's a troll. That's a guy just trying to pose as me and do stupid things. And yeah, that's not me. Don't worry. So we had to throw him out of the room. They need scoring next season. We do. We need some scoring on the left side now. Like Josh Anderson, great and all that stuff, but he's not that goal scorer that I was hoping to get. I know the people are saying he is. I'm not convinced yet of that. I want to see him actually do that here before I say he's that goal scorer. So I think we need some to balance it out, some scoring on the left side. Vegas is willing to trade Patch. They tried to trade him at the draft, apparently, and the deal fell through. No, I don't want to give Tatar back for Patches. I don't. Hey, hot take. Are you kidding me? John, you should be in bed sleeping. Oh, my God. John did a 24-hour live stream. 24-hour live stream, and he finds the time to come into my stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, number one. But I don't know what you're doing to stay awake. I could never have done that. But, hey, how's it going? How did that really go? I didn't get a chance, honestly, to check you out. I didn't know you were doing it, and then when I found out, it was too late. We were podcasting last night. And now it's really scrolling fast. Okay, there we go. Okay, hang on. Hot take in the house. Hot take raid. No, he's not on now. We can't go raid. If we get Hoffman, he takes Tatar's spot. Excuse me, on the first line. I don't know about that necessarily. Maybe, but I don't know about that. Got close to 65 here. Yeah, we had almost 65 here earlier. Line A rumors are over. Yeah, Line A, when the Jets got Paul Stastny, yeah, Line A wasn't going anywhere. Wonder why they keep Price. He's a good goalie, but not great. We should give young guys really? Ooh, that's not a take that's going to go over well in this room. Did you get some sleep, John? Neil is good for 20 goals. Oilers could use more cap. Yeah, they didn't buy Neil out. I was a little surprised about that. Don't know how you survived the live stream. Oh, he said to John. I was exhausted and I'm still tired. But 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. the next day was crazy. I don't even know. I can't even. I start like I'm at an hour and a half right now. I'm just about to hit an hour and a half. I'm going to struggle. There's a lot of people still here. I'm going to struggle to go a little bit more. I'm tired. I don't know how the hell I couldn't even do 6 hours. Never mind 6 a.m. This like I don't know how you did it, buddy. Next time 48 hours. Yeah, John, next time 48 hours. Not without cocaine, he's not. I slept for 7 hours during the day today. Did a lot of my work this evening. Gonna have a good sleep tonight. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Always up to supporting here when I can. I appreciate it. And he, you know, every time I go over there, he says, talking Habs, the legend. I'm no legend. A guy who does 24-hour live stream, John, you're a legend, buddy. You're a legend. That's legendary. And, you know, I don't think anyone else is going to do that for a long time. So thumbs up to you and the growth on your channel. You deserve it, man. You're going to hit 100,000 before you know it. Watch it. You're going to have a silver play button before you know it. Although it's maybe not before you know it. It's still a long time away, but you're going to get there without a doubt. What do you think about Brody over Tanev, John? Oh, good. Okay, you're asking John. Thoughts on Barry signing? Wonder if we are trading Kulak. There's no definitive talk about it yet, but that's me that's saying if they're going to trade between Kulak and Mette, I just think Kulak, you know, gives you more value in return. So that's why I say Kulak. Whoever said Price is not great? Have you watched hockey over the past 10 years? Price is the GOAT. Yeah, I don't know why people are saying that. Honestly, I don't know where they get that from. What do you think the money with will be for Galley, Dano, and Tatar ask for? And do you think they will keep all three or trade one or two? Well, I really think Tatar will be the guy that doesn't stay. Galley and Dano, I really don't see them going anywhere. And honestly, I wouldn't trade either of them. And anybody think Dano, like how? This is a great defensive forward, a center that can play against any line, shut down any line. I'm not trading him. He's in his prime, just entering his prime now. Nope. Jean-Claude, hey Rick, did you used to play with that helmet in the back? The Habs should sign you for 700,000. I'll right away for the great YouTube live streams and videos. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, that was my helmet. Like I said, I played old timers hockey, and it's been 20 years. So I literally haven't played hockey in 20 years. Crazy thought. Crazy thought. No risk for the Oilers there. It will be good for the. Oh, okay. You're talking 5.5 for all of them. Watch your streams often, but first time registering on YouTube to be able to chat. Oh, awesome. Enjoy your live streams and most of your videos too. Thanks. Hey, I appreciate that. P.E. de Leon. That's awesome. Yeah, you can't, if you're not logged in, you can't comment or subscribe even, I think, unless you're logged in. Dano isn't going anywhere. Much ado about nothing, as I keep saying. Well, I don't know if it was about nothing because there was reason to speculate, I guess. But no, he's not going anywhere. My opinion. Bergevin will give Galley 6+. He said he will be the most paid forward on the team. Yeah, you know what? That's not so bad though. There was talk of him getting like 8 for a while there. I don't know if he gets that, especially in the flat caps era right now. So yeah, 6 for how many years though? That's the thing. Does he get full 8 or does he get 6 at 6? What position did I play? I was defense. Wasn't good enough, but wasn't good enough to play forward. I had to run the team. Like I did all the calling and all that stuff. So I was captain, but I was the worst player on the team. I played defense, but at the time couldn't skate backwards like at all. Now I actually can skate backwards a little bit, but at the time I couldn't. I had to literally turn around, skate forward, and then turn back around. Not good. But I had fun doing it. That's the main thing, right? I had fun doing it. That's all that mattered. And it was cheap back in those days. I think it was like $10 a game. That's all we had to pay. Wasn't a lot of money. Okay, what position? Got that? Check out our podcast, Hot Take Hockey. John. Yeah, well, everybody, because I think I'm going to sign off in a few minutes here. Check out our podcast. I am going to put a link in the description when I'm done here. It's gone. It's called Habs Coast to Coast, and you can find that on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. I know it's on Breaker. There's like 3 or 4 others where you can find it. So please check it out on your favorite platform and follow us there. And we put out that's our second podcast in like 4 days. So we're being because now there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So check us out, Habs Coast to Coast, with me and my co-host Jeff. It's Goalie Girls Rule over there. That's Jeff. He's the co-host. And I hope you guys enjoy that. We have a lot of fun when we do it. And we're getting better at our chemistry together. And we're getting better at not talking before we podcast, because we end up talking about everything. And then it's a lot better when it's fresh. So we pretty much did that last night. And from going forward, we're going to be doing that, where we don't talk to each other first. And you're going to get a good, fresh conversation between me and Jeff. And Morgan, if Morgan is around when we're podcasting, and Scotty. I don't know where Scotty ended up, or Morgan. I don't think they're still here. But yeah, it's still open for them. But they haven't been around when we've been podcasting. So the crew could still get back together. But in general, it's been Jeff and I right now. And we've been having fun doing that. And I think doing a pretty good job, too. I've enjoyed listening to it when I have to listen to it over again. And the sound quality got better on Anchor some reason. And the last 3 have been pretty good sound quality. So I'm happy with that. And I think that's it. I'm gonna head out here, guys. Thanks, everybody. This was a really fun week. John, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate that. Get some rest, my friend. Get some rest. You are definitely a legend. Like, definitely, because I would never do what you did. Never. That's way too much, and I'm too old for that anyway. So my shirt's riding up my back, which is weird. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be doing more videos tomorrow. There should be a new video out tomorrow. And if something, any moves happen, definitely going to get out there. And if there's something big happens, Jeff and I will podcast about it. Thanks for being here. Peace out, everybody. See you next video. See you next live streams. Have a great week. Bye, everybody.